Hello, how's it going out there? Hope things are okay. So time has come to do our little gravel bike project. So the plan is convert my gravel bike, my Voodoo limber gravel bike, to have normal straight bars like a mountain bike or any road bike or touring bike. I've looked into it a little bit, and it does look like it's going to be a bit of a mission because I've never changed these kind of handlebars or brakes before. But it's a learning curve. That's probably why you're here, to watch this video, to give you hints and tips. Maybe. If it all goes Pete Tong, I'll let you know. If it doesn't go Pete Tong, happy days. I'll have an easier bike for my ride to work every day. So, first things first, what are we going to need? We are going to need one set of grips. But you can guess they're going to be Yodi, can't you? You're going to need a stem. I've got a DMR stem with some DMR handlebars. I'm a bit OCD about my makes. I like to have things matching. You're going to need, I'm going to spin the camera around now. You're going to need a shifting lever for the front mechanism and a rear shifter, and you're going to need some brakes. Obviously I've gone for Shimano all the way through. It uses Shimano front and rear derailleurs because it's a two by gear system, not a one by like the most modern decent mountain bikes nowadays. It is a 2x, so obviously I'm going to try and keep that to try and keep the gear range. And obviously the shifters are all within the brake levers, so it's all needs changing. So I will be changing the brakes as well. So we've gone. It's currently got tektro cable operated disc brakes. We will be going with a Shimano Dior M4 100 brake set up front and rear. So anyway, shall we get cracking? I'll be doing this in a series of videos. I'll be starting off with the strip down and fitting of the handlebars and the stem. Then we'll be working our way up to the gears, I think first, or the brakes maybe, depending on how it goes. But anyway, please like and subscribe this channel. Remember, click the bell icon so you can get notifications when I post this series of videos up, because they'll be coming up once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks, once I've done a bit of editing with them. But anyway, so get cracking. See you in a bit. So remember, we're doing the handlebars and the stem first. So there we go. Let's start to strip it down, shall we? Let's get rid of this. Don't need that for this little job, I don't think, do we? Panniers are off. Panniers to one side. So let's get this cable off. What are we going to need? We're going to need a wide range of tools by the looks of things. So I'm lucky enough to have some tools, a bit of alcohol as well to keep me going. Got my little toolkit, got a range of tools. As you can see, it should make life a bit easier. This is sketchy. I don't really like doing this because this bike's only been ridden about 10 miles, but hey ho, ready, steady. And my snips have failed. Get to that in a minute. One. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put completely new cables on as well, because obviously I think I'm going to have to unthread these anyway. In fact, we might leave that for now. see what I can get away with up on the bars. Also, you're going to need cable ties as well. Yeah. That's the first bit done. Lights off. Let's get the toolkit open. It's a bit hard to do it all one-handed, I suppose. You know, remember, if you're liking these videos, like and subscribe. There'll be many more to come, and there'll be a big change of plans to our channel. Remember, we're going over to a family-based channel with a few family blogs every now and again. We're talking about my stepdaughter's type 1 diabetes, our Disney holidays, etc, etc. There'll be lots of stuff to come and lots of stuff to do and lots of stuff to watch. So I hope you'd like to see some of that at some point. Oh, look at that, spot on, first time. Crack. 1, 2. You'll probably be seeing quite a bit of that. Tool gravity, as in the words of Rain Man Ray Repairs. And I just noticed, look at that, Halfords. Partly more, I thought I should have checked with that as well. Ding ding. So, by the looks of it, I've got to take the grip tape off. I don't have many nails. Obviously, I'll be keeping all these old bits, so should I ever come to sell this bike, it's all there ready to rock and roll and go to a new owner, and I'll remove the old bits anyway. Okay, not too bad. So again, like I said, I've never done this before. Might be needing new bar tape if we ever need to fit these bars back on. Oh well. Must say it's a bit chilly in this shed anyway, so that's probably why. A bit chilly in my workshop. So anyway, I hope all had a good Christmas. How was your Christmas? Have a little chat in the boxes in the comments down below. Just have a little chat. What else would you like to see on this video channel? As I said, I'll be changing things to family related, but you can give us some hints and tips on what you might like. We'll be having a little walk around Margate as well, possibly at some point. Introducing my partner properly and the children at some point as well. We'll be doing all that. But comment in the box below on what you'd like to see. Take that tape off. If I can get away with using these cables, happy days. If I can't, in fact I don't think I will be able to, thinking about it, like I said, this is a total minefield for me. So by the looks of it, that bolt there, if you can see that one will be releasing the brake anyway. The cable goes up in there. So you know what, I might just take these cables off full stop. It'll just make life a bit easier. Replace the gearing all together. So yes, that's what I'm going to do, I think. So we've got new cables, a new sheathing to go on anyway. So let's just do that. Let's find some better snips though, shall we? So I think those snips have had it. Let's see if these ones are doing the job. You know what, probably not, but hey. So I think one thing I need to invest in is some new snips. There's probably people out there going, yeah, new snips, you're going to throw the edges. Yes, I'm going to throw the edges. But again, that doesn't matter too much because, there we go. There we go, look at that. There's a cobweb on that. That's how often I use this bike. That's better. So, what size is that? No. No. Take the range of Allen keys with me. Here's one, cable off. So I think, oh no, I've got to do brake calipers yet as well, haven't I? Whoa, that could have been entertaining, couldn't it? Let's do that cable next. Oops. There'll probably be a bit of this going on as well. Look at the other snips again. There. One, two, three. And what I'll do in a minute, I'll spin the bike round. I'll get the calipers off. I can probably get easier access to the other side. I can get my Allen key over there as well then. So I will be putting this up on the stand in a bit as well, so it'll make life a bit easier. If you've got a stand, great. If you don't, it can be done, I reckon. Just make life just a bit easier with a stand. If you can get one, Lidl's or Aldi's do them every now and again. They're not expensive. I think mine's about 35 quid off eBay, and that's a fairly cheap one. There probably are cheap ones out there, but that one's done the job. It's not brilliant. I'll show it to you in a second. Well, at some point in this video you'll probably see it. There's that bit off. So by the looks of it, this has a little sheathing. Stop any crap getting down. Oh, looks like a mini condom. For an elf maybe, elf on the shelf's condom. Try and sheath that back over the top. That'll do. Doesn't matter too much. So, rear caliper off. So like I said, there'll be a series of videos. So I don't think I'll be able to do this in one night. I've got a few days off work. Is that what the cable tie is? One final cable tie for that front brake. There we go. There is that. So calipers off. Now also, I need to give advice. If you do this, you may void your Halfords warranty. You probably will void your warranty, but I'm just going to say may. So be warned. You tinker and you break it, jaff. Basically, you're probably going to have to fix it yourself. Or pay someone an extortionate amount to do it because you buggered up. One bolt. Like I said, I keep all my bits, so should I ever come to sell one of my bikes, I can put it back to standard and I can keep the parts. Nothing like better use those parts again on your next project, on your next bike. It's immensely satisfying. But if the people want to buy the bike modified, fine. Sorry about the little shift around there. Oh gosh. Trying to make it so I've got better access to the rear caliper. And we are nearly done. Nearly stripped down, ready to start putting it back together. I don't think that was too bad, was it? So according to the time on this, 15 minutes to strip down. It takes you longer to strip down naked after a few drinks. Sometimes I can't even do that. Oh. Done. One bolt, two bolt, gravity. The bolts up there. Put those there for now. I try not to be a messy worker, but unfortunately I am sometimes. I don't mean to be. It's just my way. But I do like to tidy up after every job, so I know where my tools will always be. Right, let's do this, shall we? Oh, you poo bum. So I think, oh no, top cap. Duh. Duh, duh, duh. Oh, got the bolt. To one side. All done, all in one. So as said, we'll be replacing the gear cables as well now. There goes the phone. But there's gear cables with the gear levers anyway, so it makes sense I suppose to use them, and away we go. So whilst we're at it, give it a quick once over, even though it's only done a few miles. But let's get those bars fitted, shall we? We've got the stem and the bars. That's a bit odd, that, isn't it? It's going to look a bit odd anyway, but pff, I don't care. It's going to be for me to use. So, oh look, goodies, goodies, goodies. Let's pop you on here, shall we, whilst I unwrap this. You're wondering why my hoodie's always looking so scruffy. So I use this one 24/7. Well, I won't say 24/7. Duh, gonna got what scruff bag now. But this is the one I wear out of my shed when I'm working on the bikes. So I don't ruin a good hoodie and cause any more washing up. Or washing, clothes are washing. What did I do with my other Allen bolt? This is why I don't like being a messy worker. It's in my pocket, isn't it? So, loosen these off. If I remember rightly from last time, on the mountain bike video, the stem, you've got to take these off completely anyway. So pop these completely off. Da-da-da. Thank you, DMR. Though again, not sponsored in any way or form. If DMR or Odie or Shimano want to sponsor me, you know what to do. And sponsor me at a1976shorter@hotmail.co.uk. That is my email. Bit of grease on there, that's right, cool, good. So that's the stem off. In fact, those are snips. Snips are off. Cables off. Done. So let's go over here. So with that little gap there, it looks like we're going to need another spacer. So luckily I've always been prepared. I can see a nice little spacer there. Nice little set of spacers. Want a matte one if we can. It's shiny. It's shiny. I need one more on that. So what we'll do, in fact, let's see if we've got a copper one. Let's add an orange one to it, shall I? Oh no, I can see a copper one now. Now let's add an orange one, so this will give a little hint of my current bike, of my mountain bike. So what we'll do, lift that, so Unite, again, love their stuff. Love Unite products. So it's going to sit quite high. I don't really want to trim any of the forks because I want, like I said, I want to try and keep it as standard as possible if it's possible to do when I come to sell it. So, so there's a nice little outtake. That serves me right. So everything went for a little wander. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a stem. So, Odin's top tip, start it off if you can in the bike stand straight away, so you don't fuck up like that and look like an idiot on the video. So anyway, let's do that. I think I might got that. Yeah, that's around the wrong way. You're a plonker, Adrian. Absolute plonker. So like that. So it goes down into the ball race. That over the top, the little rubber seal to give it a bit more of a waterproofing, I'll take it. That cap over the top. And spacers. Just notice the plastic spacers they put on there. It's a bit odd. I suppose budgets and all that. 2, 3. Stem on. So I think what we'll do to stop that happening again, put stem cap on. Stem cap, bolt. Pinch those up. So let's do the handlebars now. Let's pop you guys just here. DMR bars. I've got these on my girlfriend's bike. Absolutely great bars. She likes them. They're quite a high rise. I like a high rise bar. Just gives you more of a sitting up position, which is what I like. Now I've got to try and do this one-handed. So I could always set the stem up, can I? Set the camera up on a pod. But there they do. That didn't go on. So let's put you up here. Get the Allen key. Not fighting with it. As I said on the other video, I normally grease these up, but I can tell these have already got plenty of grease on them, so I won't be needing to do any of that, which is handy. As I said, the reason why I grease them, it stops any corrosion, or helps stop any corrosion. I wouldn't say it will do it completely, but it will help prevent any corrosion in the future. So as I said, this is going to look more like an old retro style mountain bike. If you're from that era, you all know what I mean. It'll be a sort of 80s, 90s old rally kind of mountain bike, I suppose. Old GT maybe. I'm fortunate enough to never have anything like that. I come from quite a poor background, you suppose you could say. Make sure I've got the right one. Again, I don't think it really matters, but it's just a case of it looks better. It's a bit neater. So should anyone criticise your work. So I think this one's upside down. All on the wrong side, but we'll have a look. Perhaps not, but we'll put it on this side. So I can see the foot-pound of torque on the other clamp. Let's pinch these up for now. One. So I won't be cutting the bars yet either. The bars will be cut at the last minute. I need to find the right riding position for me. I won't be having these bars super wide like I would do on a normal mountain bike. I like my bars quite wide. 8 ply, I suppose you could say. But these will be as narrow as possible down to the minimum, I suppose. Which I think is, this is 670mm, because these are 770mm bars. So I'll be taking 100mm off to make it a bit narrower for the old traffic. Because unfortunately I do have to cycle down quite a narrow road as well. But anyway, as said, that is the bars and the stem on for now. That will do. Next thing will be the brakes, or the gears. Wrong size Adam bolt. So remember, you're going to need different tools for different stems, and not every bike is exactly the same, unfortunately. But this is a 31.8mm bar with a 31.8mm stem with a 35mm reach. I wanted it quite a short reach because I like them quite snappy. This is a size medium bike as well, so I want it to be a bit more set upright. Let's put that, just pinch out for now, and there we go. There is the bars and the stem on, pinched up for now. That'll do. Right, anyway. Remember, if you're enjoying these videos, give them a thumbs up. Give the whole channel a like and a subscribe. And this is a series of videos, so this is stage 1, where we're just fitting the bars, strip down and fitting the bars and the stem to get us going. Conversion. So this is the second part. We are going to be doing the gears. So this is a 2x system. So we have a derailleur up front with 2 front cogs. Then the rear has a normal derailleur, which I can't remember if it's 8 speeds. It gives you in total of sort of 16 speeds, hopefully. So we're going to try and fit the gearing system with brand new cables and brand new levers, all from Shimano. Remember, we're not sponsored. This is coming out of my own pocket. All this stuff's coming out of my own pocket, and this is my cycle to work bike. So I like to make it as comfy as possible. So that is the reason being, from turning it from drop bars to normal straight bars, but also want to give it that retro sort of 80s 90s mountain bike look and go from there. So anyway, shall we get cracking and let's fit the gearing. It's gonna be fun, isn't it? Remember, if you're liking these channels, these videos, give the channel a little sub. You know it makes sense. Right, let's get cracking, shall we? So we are going to need, oh, don't need the brakes yet, do we? Oh dear. We are going to need 2 gearing systems. Rear, front. I know that says 11. If I can make it work, I'm sure I can. Hopefully. I like them matching as well, so they're SLX Shimano SLM 7000 FLX. So that will be the front for 3x or 2x. That will be the rear. 11 speed rapid fire plus. Yeah boy! Anyway, let's get cracking, shall we? Let's get these unboxed. You just sit here, I'll unbox them. You sit here, watch behind your iPad, your phone, your laptop, your PC, whatever you're doing. If you're doing this at work, don't get caught. Da, da, da. So, this is the front one we're doing. There's a cable. There's a shifter. Hopefully it won't be too complicated. I have stripped these before and fitted them, but I've not done it new ones before, so you along with me for the ride. If it fucks up, I apologise. And you can sit and laugh at me all you want, but hey. Right, so I should have been putting this on the stand as well, shouldn't I, really? Stop it wobbling around like it is. Try and do this one hand, it's quite fun. Oh dear. Oh dear. There we go. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Ding ding. Round now. That's how I think it's going to go. So what we do, we get a bit of oil. Again, this is just cheap old Halford's oil, and letting it drip down. I'm going to run it all the way down the cable. I'd normally do this a bit differently, but obviously I'm trying to show you guys as well at the same time. Don't think you can see the cable run up in front of the... There we go, look at that. Just gives it a bit of a lube. Help it run through a little bit easier. So this is the 2x system. Oh, look at that. I'm impressed with that. And I've made a boo-boo. Did you spot that error I just done? Did you see it? So that little cap on first. Just there like that. That one through there. There we go. Thread that up through. So again, this is all trial and error. I've seen a few people saying it's not worth doing, it's not worth doing if you're going to get a gravel bike. You know what? I don't give a monkeys. That's what I want to do. I even posted a little thing on the old gravel bike on a Facebook page and mentioned it. The amount of silly comments I got, oh, it's not worth it, you might just go and buy a touring bike. But I don't care. This is what I like to do. If you have a hobby, you like to change things, don't you? Yes, it's going to look a bit odd, but I think it's going to look also very retro. Who stuff what everyone else thinks, eh? That's what I say. Maybe use it as a thumbnail. So, anyway, let's stop being silly. Let's get cracking. Let's pinch that bit of rubber off that one, shall we? That little rubber tail, wherever that went. I think it's gone for a little walk. Yes, it is. So we'll come across that in a bit. Oh, right, it. So what we'll do, put that up there, up through there. So up through there. You can see that little thing there, look. Oh. Right, this is actually harder than what it looks. There we go. I'm trying to do it one-handed. Get a little tail. If you're wondering what camera I'm using for this is a GoPro 9 Black. So I think it's okay, doing the job, quite good. We would like to get a proper vlogging camera at some point, but we'll have to wait and see what money's like and if this channel kicks off. If it doesn't, fine. If it does, happy days. So that goes there like that. Da da da. So obviously I'm going to be bolting all these on. I'll be making little adjustments to make sure all the derailleurs work, but I don't know if I'll be doing that on this video because it's a bit tedious. There's plenty of videos on getting your gears to work on YouTube, but if you'd like to see it, I might do it anyway. Da da da. Where's my Allen keys? See, I'm making the right mess over here, aren't I? Allen keys. So if you're wondering, I did have to change the stem out. I found a couple of copper stems from another old Halford's bike, which I stripped apart at some point in my life. Again, another reason why I like to keep old parts. So I think we'll try and pitch you there. Hopefully you can see that okay. Oh god, you can see my face as well. That's a ski fault, isn't it? There we go. You can see that? Let's find the right size bolt for that. Or Allen bolt. Yeah, you can see that okay, can't you? That's a good thing then. What I like to do though is I like to thread them back up through. If this doesn't work, I've done it a few times before and it's never failed me. I've done it once on the father-in-law's bike and the mother-in-law's bike when I gave their bikes a service and fitted a new cable. That's just pinching that up for now. I've also got to make adjustments up here. That will do. That's on now. Hope you can see that okay. So now we're going to go and fit the other side quick. That was a bit quicker than what I thought actually. So again, let's place you on the side here. Pop that to one side. There's going to be some bits and bobs in there you probably need, but we'll use those if we have to. We'll have a look. So that's one side done. This is where it could all go Pete Tong though. So you get your shifter and your cable. Don't make these things easy, do they? When you're trying to do it in front of a camera. And you're sheathing. You're sheathing. You're sheathing, Captain. You're sheathing. So let's pop this. Oh dear. So oh dear, we don't have the clip for that. Dun, dun, dun. There's nothing else in the box, so we'll have to come back to that one. I think I have to get a clip. So there's going to be two-part gearing system video. I apologise for that, because there's definitely no other bits in the box. Can you see anything in there apart from those bits there? Darn it. Darn you, Shimano. Darn you. So, anyway, remember, if you're enjoying these videos, give them a thumbs up. Give the channel a little sub. Share if you like. Have a giggle, have a laugh. Share it at my expense. I don't care. The more views my channel gets, the more subscribers I can possibly get, and the more we can expand the page. And remember, when this channel starts to earn some money, we can start to help others out that are in need and need a bit of money or need a bit of help emotionally, mentally, physically, or money wise. So remember, subscribe. Hello. So here we are. Can't remember what part it is. I think it might be part 3, part 2, can't remember. So as you remember, last time we had a bit of an issue with the gear shifter. So I was going to do the rear derailleur shifter, but unfortunately I'd ordered the wrong one, so I made improvisions and I'd already ordered another one anyway, just in case something like this should come up. So I've bought a cheaper version of the Shimano shifter. I have got the Shimano Altis 9-speed, so this will fit. I've checked, it's an 8-speed rear with a 2x system up front, so we'll be fitting this one, so it should fit okay, no problems. Just have to make sure the limiters don't drop the chain or whatever. So shall we get cracking with this and get a rough fitting of this, make this a fairly quick video, and we'll go from there. And then maybe next time we can do a bit of tinkering around with the levers and the adjustments to make it into a part 3, then a part 4 doing the brakes, and then part 5 of finishing the bits off. Anyway, so I'll stop my rambling. Let's fit this bad boy. Let's unbox it quickly, shall we? So again, we'll do what we've done before. Place you on the workbench. It is a bit of a mess. I apologise. Unboxing. So we'll use the old sheathing from the previous levers. I've got a few spare caps. There we go. Happy days. So what I'll do, get the old oil. We'll try and do it this way, see if this helps it run down the sheathing a bit more, shall we? One around that. Do it like that. One. You ready for the entanglement that happened last time? Or is it gonna? So when you do that, try not to let it kink, because otherwise you have to change the gearing, the cabling, sorry. You don't really want to be doing that, so it's a pain in the rear end, to be honest with you. So, where do I put the sheathing? I'll put the sheathing to one side. So there's the sheathing. Let's get a cap. Because I wasn't running that other box, so we'll get a cap. Pop it through the end there. That on. And away we go. So remember, put in the old comments below what you'd like to see in these videos, what else you'd like to see. Would you like to see more holiday based ones? Me and the partner have got plans of going away later on this year. I won't say too much yet, because we haven't even told the kids yet. So it's just going to be mine and my partner and the baby holiday, whilst the kids spend time with their other parents. This is why we are called a dis family, because we are, I wouldn't say a dysfunctional family, but our children have other fathers or mothers, apart from Indy, who is with us. They're all wonderful children, love them all dearly, but they can be pains at times, like all children. So let's get fitting with this cable, shall we? So cable on, over the bars, around now, nice little crisscross. Do you remember that band from the 80s? Or was it 90s? I think one of them died, didn't they? Crisscross. I think they wore their jeans back to front, didn't they? That's what the band was. That's what the gimmick was with them anyway. So, by the looks of it on these, I've not really looked into this that much. They've got two little positions for the cabling. One there, one there. I'll probably use that one there, so it looks like a slightly smaller one. Being that I'm fitting hydraulic Shimano brakes from Cable Brakes, the hydraulic cables are normally a bit, or hoses are normally a bit thicker, so I'll probably pop those up in there to make it look a bit tidier. And I might even try and order some brown cable ties to go with the retro seat and the copper look. And I've got the Vans waffles. Odie again. Again, not sponsored, but Odie if you'd like to. This is probably the worst video ever known to man. Oh gosh. There we go. So there we go. I think that went up through the chain now, which is a bit of a weird running format, but suppose if it works, it works. Move that cable tie. Move that cable tie. And I think we might have to get a longer sheathing for that, unfortunately. So it's not going to quite be long enough. By the time I've got that up there and around to there, we're going to have to get another piece of sheathing. Darn it. So, plan C. What we'll do, rip that sheathing off. Sheathing be away with you. What we'll do, we'll use a sheathing from the other pack, which is a bit of a pain really, do you want to do that? But hey ho, needs must. There we go. There's a sheathing from the one that, well, didn't fit anyway, so put that through there. We've still got the little cap in there. Put that in the lens, there we go. We'll run it through. Like a giant version of threading a needle with cotton, I suppose. It's much easier. There we go, that's better. So there we go, that out. Also, I think I'm going to trim these sheathings down. They're quite long. Round there, up through there, up there, up between the chain, untangle that. Yeah, that's going to be way too long, that one. Whoa. So, what we'll do, I'll plonk these, I'm going to cut these down. And then we'll give them a fit, I suppose. We don't want them too long, but I suppose we're going to want to take 3-4 inches off, I suppose. Don't know yet. I suppose a bit of cable tie in place and give them a rough idea what I'm going to need. We'll go from there, shall we? So I'll be back in a second. So while she's away, or whilst she's getting some bits and bobs together, put some cable ties in. Got the cables to the right kind of length I want at the front, so I have a nice little hoop, enough to spin the bars. They'll be a little bit short at the front, so I can cable tie them up, make them look a bit tidier. Roughly cable tied into how long I want it, where I need it to go, and reroute it. So now I've trimmed the 2x system up. So I will now do the rear derailleur. Oh, this is too hard on my knees. So I'll pop that just there. So we do that like that. And I want that about there. Pull it out a few inches. Oh gosh. We do that like that. 1, 2, 3. Bosh. Take that cap off. Thread that back up through, hopefully. Dee. There we go. Just thread it back up through. Put that cap back over. Eventually, make me look like a plonker again. There we go. In. Trying to do this whilst it's on the floor is not easy, to be honest with you. There we go. There we go. What to do? Get the old Allen key. Let's put it. I've got the right one on me. No. Ah, there we go. Pinch that up for now. Obviously we need to make adjustments for that to all work, don't we? So again, we'll come back to that. That can be in the final video. At least it's all in place roughly. Oh, it's all in place, all ready for the adjustments. Obviously, like I said, we're going to have to make adjustments for the cables, but we'll go from there when it's done. And it should look half decent. So there we go, there's a rear cabling done for the rear derailleur. Front derailleur kind of done. Or shifter, whatever you want to call them, depending on what country you're from. So, that was a bit of a ball ache, wasn't it? New brake day. We all like a new item for a bike, don't we? So shall we see what we got? See in a second. So what we've got is we've got ourselves some lovely Shimano Dior M4100s. They look kind of nice. They should do the job. They're pretty basic, I think. They're not quite a basic range, but everything's in the kit, as you can see. Caliper, lever, all the bits and bobs you're going to need. There we go. That looks like the rear because it's a longer cable. So this lot should be fun. We are also going to need for this though a range of Allen keys, by the looks of it. Well, not a range, just a couple of Allen keys just to get it all lined up. Some mineral fluid for bleeding the brakes, but like I said, we're just going to be doing a rough fit for now. You're also going to need, you don't have to get it, but I found this an invaluable piece of kit. It's a great piece of item. Bought it on Amazon about a year or so ago. It's great for getting needles into the cables and straight cuts for the cables on there, holding things in place so you can get the needles in. It's a great piece of kit, and I think it's only about £18–19, so that's always worth doing. Obviously you're going to need a range of tools as well. Oh look, Odie's. These will be going on the bike as well. Like I said, I'm not sponsored. I wish I was. Odie, Shimano. Anyway, so that's what we're going to do doing today. Doing a rough fit of the front and rear brakes. Shall we get cracking? See you in a bit. So let's get fitting on these brakes, shall we? Got the caliper. We've also got the cable, the hose. It's also already got, I don't know if you can see that very well, the little needle already put in, which is handy. It saves me having a faff about a bit. Luckily, as I said before, I've got all that. Take the spacer out between the pads. These already come with pads in. Like I said, we will be doing bleeding on a different date, but not today. So what we'll do, this pack comes with, got the caliper, the bolts, needle, shim or mushroom or whatever that crimps up as you do it up, and a little plastic cap to make it all look tidy and prevent any shearing up the top there. So let's get the Allen keys out. We need a couple of hex wrenches or whatever you call them over in America, or Allen keys as we call them over here in the UK. Pop that on there. We shouldn't need any spaces for the older calipers, because I'm not upgrading the discs at all. I'm still keeping the same size discs. It's just that I fancy going over to a hydraulic. I could have got cable operated caliper brakes, disc brakes, but I like hydraulic. They're much better, much ample, a bit more of a hindrance on the maintenance, but you've got to suck it up, I suppose, haven't you? It is what it is. Let's pinch those up for now. Then what I'm going to do, get a cable tie, or zip tie, as again you Yanks call them. Probably a bit big for the hole. I'm definitely not a bit big for the hole. Just ask my missus. Oh, this is fiddly. So you guys are probably out there watching this thinking, oh my god, what a muppet. What a muppet. You know what? I enjoy doing this. I don't give a monkey's what you guys think. There we go. Those that are enjoying the video, remember, give us a little sub and a little thumbs up on these videos. Hopefully you enjoy them. But I just had a thought. That's going to have to come out anyway. We're going to have to trim the cable up, aren't we? Duh. I think you'll find that's blocked up, so I think this is probably loaded with oil to make it a bit easier to bleed through. So I apologise. Duh. So yes, it doesn't come with the little needle, because I've got to trim this down to size, so I don't want big bulky wires hanging out everywhere. So that's a caliper on, and anyway, with a cable or hose. Duh. We'll get tidying it up. We'll go and connect it up the top, show you roughly. So let's go move up there. Right, so what we're going to want to do up here, see how far we want the cable roughly. I like it trying to have it wrapped around the gear cable, give it the same kind of length so it looks neat and tidy. So we're going to trim that up about there, but I should have done this first. Let's pinch up the old brake lever. Just give it a little pinch. I think I've got that the wrong key. So I'm going to want that key. Hopefully, did I get the other wrong key out? Yep. So. Let's get the Allen keys. There's the one that I need. I apologise for that. Just pinch it out just like that. Don't do it super tight, because remember, things have got to come apart again just to get these bars straightened up and grips on and cables on fully. Make it all neat and tidy. Cable around like that. There we go. What we're going to want to get ready though are these bits. Going to want to get out your little shroom bit out. Going to want to get out the plastic trim, your rubber socket as such. Don't know what they call them, but still, I'll call it a rubber socket. There we go. Slide that on over the top. Slide on your shim over the top. Voila. Now trim this up to the length we want. Say about, let's give it another few centimetres so we can move about the brakes a bit as such. Like that. So about there. You've got to get this right first time. You always want to do it over slightly. Measure twice, cut once. I haven't measured, but we only want to cut once, don't we? So 1, 2, 3. That little bit there. Bosh, done. There we go. That's that bit off. I was hoping there would have been some fluid in there, but there isn't. I know there's fluid in the reservoir, so I've already checked. Open the lever. What you're going to want to do is that bit there. Try not to lose these. I've done this once before and it's highly annoying losing your bit. What you do, unwind that. I love this piece of kit, it's a wicked piece of kit. Unwind that. I've done this before without this. It can be done. It's a bit annoying, a bit tedious. This is where the kit's going to break now. I'm going to balls it up somewhere, isn't it? But anyway, let's have a look, shall we? You do that. Try and get that needle right down in the top of that. There we go. And as you wind that in, that should push that in now. Expand it out a bit. So this should help prevent any leakages. You don't want to be having leakages or anything like that, do you? So leaking brakes are not good. There we go. If you can see that, that's in there. Unwind that. Unwind that again now. And that is out. There we go. Nice. Look at that. Happy days. So what we're going to want to do now, that's going to want to go in there. But also, you want to make sure that sits in there as well. Alright. That little shim there. Because that will crush as you do the bolt up. Oh, the camera's nearly falling over. The camera's on the piss. There we go. Let's try not to let that fall over, shall we? So, that should slot into there quite nicely. And let's give it a bash, shall we? So pause the video for a little bit, just get some bits and bobs together. What you're going to want to do is get some tissue. You don't want this dripping everywhere, do you? It's probably going to drip everywhere anyway. So you want to get some tissue. Help soak some of the stuff up. We're replacing all the fluids anyway. It doesn't matter too much. Pop that off. In fact, what I'm going to do, pull that out. Keep those, they're handy to have. May work on SRAM, I don't know. I prefer SRAM brakes anyway. There we go. So we're going to want to take that off. In fact, what I'll do it this way, shall I? Pop that in there. Where's it gone? There it is. In fact, I've done this totally wrong. So, ignore all what I've said. Do not lose that. So I made a complete boo-boo. I've done that completely wrong. I apologise. So ignore some of what I said. Take out that bit there. slide that bit over, then that bit. So I apologise. And the cable straight in now. That in now. This should go in. Now I'm going to look like a complete fool and it won't go in, you watch. So, let's try again, shall we? Made a bit of a boo-boo. So what you're going to want to do, as I said, take the cap out, take that out, take the little bolt out, over the cable. Remember to keep the rubber sleeve on now. Right, put your metal shim over, just like that. And to be honest with you, I made a bit of a boo-boo. I didn't realise there's one of these already in the brake, so you didn't even need to take that off. Just had to feed the cable up through, so that'll make it a bit easier now for the back brake, won't it? Because I made a bit of a beginner's boo-boo, I suppose. Even though I've done this a few times before, I suppose we've all got to start somewhere, haven't we? We all make a mistake, you make a learning curve. This is the first time I've ever fitted brand new Shimanos. I've fitted Hope brakes on my mountain bike before. They are phenomenal, I'm not going to lie. They're very, very good brakes. Nice piece of engineering, they look stunning. And they stop extremely well. Look like the silly tektros that come with it as standard, which are even worse than the cable operated tektros. So, anyway, let's stop jabbering on. Let's pinch that up, so that will be the front brake on, cap over, da da da. So that just gives you a rough guidance of the front brake. So shall we crack on with the back brake? I'll video it, whether you want to watch it, it's up to you, but it just gives you all the rough guidance of how all this goes together. So let's get cracking with the back brake then, shall we? So here we go again. Rear caliper. Take out a shim or spacer. Put that to one side, don't need that unless you want to do some work later on. They come in handy, like I said. I like to keep stuff like this. Comes in handy when working on brakes or other items, and I always like to keep old bolts if I come across an old free bike. Sometimes if the bike's not worth it, might be a couple of bolts on it, might be worth keeping. Might do that sometimes. So there we go, there's that. Oh, then I want another bolt. These are all the bolts that come with it as well. I can use these ones again. Like I said, I'll keep the original bolts just in case you don't ever need them. Hopefully not. Is that the right one? Yeah, look at that. Like I said, this is just a rough fitting of all these brakes, alright? We've still got to align them yet with the discs. You don't want none of that skimming on the pads or anything, premature wear on the pads or the discs. This is just a rough fit. Then we'll bleed it all up and align it all when we're nearer completion of this bike. Which, to be honest with you, I don't think it's going to be much longer. Oh, sorry about the old shaky camera. Cable gravity, the cable's trying to hug the camera. There's that one now. So let's spin it around. There we go. Let's spin it, take it away with it. Let's get a couple of cable ties. Just to pinch these up for now. I know they're odd coloured cable ties. I've ordered some brown cable ties to go over the side walls and the brown coloured seat and the waffles grips. But this is just to hold things in place whilst we get things all nicely up top there. cables cut to size and length and etc. So this will give you a rough idea, hopefully. So I'll carry on doing that. You get the gist of things. We'll feed that up through. I'll see you at the top. So here we are. Thread it all up through to the top. Up round like that. Gonna want that about there. We'll trim it off about there, I think, just to be on the safe side. Again, measure twice, cut once. I haven't measured twice, but that's where I'd like it roughly. There's a bit more slack in the cable down there as well, so that gives us a bit more play if we need to. So let's go there then, shall we? There we go. That'll do. Where's my cutter? Get my cutter. 1, 2, 3. Bosh. Done. That's that cut off. Gonna need that cutter again in a minute. So we don't need the shim, do we? Because we realised that from the last time. But we need this, the piece of rubber. Piece of rubber over. I'm going to pop that somewhere safe. You also probably lose it. I'm going to pop it up on the side on a black matting and pop that cable out. I should have done that up first, shouldn't I? Wrong one. That one now. Again, this is just a rough sort of tighten up, just to get these in place. Done. It looks okay. A tiny bit of inch slack down now. That'll be okay. It'll be good. Happy days. Put that in my pocket. Spanner. So these are an 8mm. Won't go over the top like that. So what we'll do, let's pull that out first. Pull that out. What I should have done first though, did you see what I've done wrong there? As a test for you guys. I didn't put that in first, did I? So we've got our little piece of kit. Unwind that. Push that in a little way. It will not all go in by hand unless you're exceptionally strong. Like I said, I have done it before. I've managed to get one in, well, several in before, without this piece of kit, with a vice and a bit of persistence. But this makes it so much easier. It really, really does. So if you can afford to get one of these, if you do regular work on your own bike, or you like tinkering or whatever, it's a nice little piece of kit to have in your toolkit, I suppose. So there we go. See if I can get a close-up of it. Into the hole it goes. And pushes it down into the hose. So in theory, from what I can suss out, we shouldn't even need to take that out. If this goes wrong, then you can laugh at me all you want. You know what? We won't take the risk. Pop that off. Make sure the shim's in there. There we go. And what else I didn't do? Put a bit of cloth on top there. Hey ho. If you're liking these videos, give us a little nod in the old comments below. Make sure I'm doing okay. If you're not enjoying them, please say. Again, constructive criticism is what it's all about, isn't it? That's what we'd like. A bit of constructive criticism. Anything else you'd like to see on the channel, maybe? Oh my gosh, nearly knocked you all over then, didn't I? That was pointing at you guys. Constructive criticism is always good. So tell us about you. What would you like to see on the channel? What do you do for a living? What's your hobby? Where are you from? Let's get this channel going, shall we? So here we go. It's getting tight again now. Again, don't want it too tight. Don't want it tighter than a nun's chuff. But you want it sensible tight. Oh, spanner wasn't quite on. Pinch that up. That's giving a twist. We don't want a twist in that. Oh no. Don't want to be having twists. It doesn't look tidy. There we go. Done. So there's a bit of slack down the bottom now. Let's unhook you from here, shall we? Give us a couple of seconds. So there we go. That's the back one on. Front one on. Remember, these all need a lining yet. The discs, the calipers, and will all need a lining. We need to bleed the brakes through, but this is just a rough guidance of getting these straight bars on, remember, onto a gravel bike, which I'm not going to lie, I think looks rather cool, rather snazzy. It's definitely got that retro look to it, with the big old stem on. There you go. So rear one is on as well. This will all be super tidy, hopefully. So I think now it's about time to start finishing this up, because all we've got to do now is align the gears, dial in the gears, align the brakes, bleed the brakes, cut the bars down, which I might make into a nice little short video as well. Cutting the bars down, that is, not everything else. That would be a nice long video. And then put the grips on and take it out for a test run, I suppose. So far what we've had to fit is new brakes all around. We've had to fit new gearing all around. Well, new gear levers and new gear cables. We've had to fit new handlebars. We've had to fit a new stem, new grips. So it's been quite involved, but it's a lovely little project to do, and I've actually really enjoyed doing it, because it gets me more in depth in doing stuff. I've done stuff like this before, but to do it all in one go on one bike is pretty cool. I'm actually rather enjoying it. So if anyone else has thought about doing it, do it. It's cost a few quid, but it's a nice little bike now to ride. So what we're going to do today is we're literally finishing it off. Everything's fitted. I've just got to tidy up the gears, with the cabling. I've got to dial in the gears front and back, get the levers all set up at the front, but I'll let you do yours. I won't show you mine unless you really want to see it, but I'm sure you don't, so I won't bother doing it. So yeah, it's literally just tidying things up now, to tidy up the cables, dial in the gears, and that's probably about it really. Anyway, let's get cracking, shall we? See you in a second. So we'll go ahead and do the cable ties, shall we? Give them all a quick little snip. Back on, as you can see, I've already done ones for the brake at the back. That one now. We'll do, pop these on. You know how these work, I'm sure you do anyway. If you don't, then well, I think you need to hang up the spanners and get someone else to do your bike for you. So here we are, back again. Sorry about that, I had to rearrange stuff to make it a bit easier to get camera access, and so you can sit there nice and still without being thrown around and feeling seasick. So let's finish off tidying these cables up, shall we? One on there. Also, I haven't tightened these up yet, the old gear levers, because there's no point yet. I still need to make adjustments for when I sit on it. But again, I won't be doing that video, so there's no point. Everyone has a different seating position, but you know how they're done. One bolt on now. Don't know if you can see that one. One bolt on now. One bolt on the brakes and the grips. You will see on the grips on my other video how easy they are to fit. Two Allen bolts on each grip on the Odys. Some you have one, some you have none. But I prefer the lock-ons, as they're called. What these are called, the ones with the bolts, they're lock-on grips. The other ones are the slide-on grips, and they're a bit cheaper than normally from China, and they don't last very well. So we'll do all those in my own time. But a lining of the wheel with the stem, so it's nice and straight. And the handlebars are going to be want to be the right width apart as well, otherwise you're going to end up with slightly different sort of weight to one side. But again, this is all stuff you can do, you can learn, anyone can do it. If I can do it, a monkey can do it. If a monkey can do it, I'm sure you can do it. If you are a little bit concerned about doing it or don't know how to do it, then please put the spanners down and get someone that's at least capable to do it, or good friends. If his friend's not able to do it, then please, yeah, don't bother. If you catch my drift. So I do like to use my cable ties, but I like it to look neat and tidy. Where do I put the other ones? So what I do is I like to do this because it just looks a bit neater. I think it looks pretty cool as well. One through it out. I'll show you in a minute what I do. One through it out. There we go. So there we go, there's that. Let's get the old snips. Where'll I put the snips now? There we go. One that. Snip. Put it nice and tight. One. Two. Oh. Three. Four. Five. 6. There we go. So what I do, I hide all the little nips around there, so I can't see them. Oh, there's one just there as well, isn't there? Little red one. And that is it. That's all the cable ties on. Tighten them all up, put them nice and tight, and snip off the tails. If you can recycle the tails, recycle them. We know we all need to save the planet. I'm not doing a Greta Thunberg or whatever her name is, Thunderfires or whatever her name is. But we do need to do a bit, I think, for the planet. No, I'm not going that way, but you understand, hopefully. We dump too much rubbish and we can recycle it. So let's take you off this little makeshift holder. Hello. So there we go. There's the bars. Obviously, like I said, you still need to do things up and underline things up. That's what I like to do with that little one. Just makes it look a bit tidy. I think such things flapping around. But I've got full turning circle. That's all you need. I like a tidy cockpit. So snip all the tails off these ones, down the tubes. And then we are ready to dial in the gears. So, as I keep saying, see you in a second, we'll do the gears. Pause in a minute. So, here we are at the front derailleur. To make adjustments, I have already had a little tinker to make sure it's all done. But to make adjustments, you've got 2 screws there. That one will let it go back that way. Don't know if you can see that little movement. This one at the front now. You probably can't see no movement on that one. But to adjust the cable, to pull it nice and taut, you've got that bolt there. Again, I've already pulled the cable nice and taut and it works absolutely fine. When you put a new cable on, you're going to have to trim it up to size and put a little cap on the end. I've done that there. I've added a green one. You can get bags of different colours if you want to. If you want to stay with silver, you can probably get those in a Halfords or somewhere like that, or any other bicycle store. So remember, adjustments to make it go back on that screw, adjustments to make it go forward on that screw. Let me just show you very quick. This is where it's not going to work now, isn't it? There we go. Oh, clicked into place. And that is the front derailleur done. So sorry if that made you feel a bit seasick and wobbling around, but because it's on the bike stand. So remember, pull the cable nice and taut. That will adjust the derailleur going forward and going back. Let's give it another little try, shall we? Oh, it's in a high gear now, so it's quite hard to pedal. Don't using my hands. There we go, and down, there we go. You're always going to get that little bit of noise, unfortunately, because it's a 2x system, which I don't really like, but I've got more of a range of gears. There we go. So there we go for that. Let's move up the gears on the back sprocket. If you're worried about that banging is, it's because it's banging on the pedals, banging on the cycle stand. Look at that, look. Oh, clicked into gear. Obviously it'd be much easier when I'm cycling along. It's because I'm trying to do it cack-handed. So that is the front one done. Let's move along to the back and then the bike will be done. So final bit on the rear derailleur, you've got the dial-in screws there, the hex bolt or Allen bolt, whatever you want to call it there. Pull the chain nice, the cable nice and taut. Use a pair of pliers if you want to, or you can use your hand because it's not so aggressive. Away we go. As I said earlier on, I've had a little tinker. I've got the chain to perfect condition for me. Or the cable, the perfect length, the perfect tautness. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, might need a little bit more of adjustment. And there we go. That works fine for now. There we go. That's in the bottom front sprocket. And there we go. Happy days. It's fairly quiet as well, so I'm quite happy with that. I might skip a gear. I'll go to dial those in, but you get the idea. You can sort all that out after a couple of test rides. So let me show you what I mean by the clacking sounds. Get the front on, there we go. So there's the front. It sounds nice and smooth at the moment. Make adjustments. Going the wrong way. Hopefully you'll hear the sound in a minute once I unwind this. Oh no, you won't, because I'm in the wrong gear. There we go. So it's near enough aligned. But you can see it's trying to skipped over already. So if I unwind that, there we go. Unwind it a little bit further. It doesn't want to skip back up now. If you go behind it, if you go behind the derailleur, look at it from the rear, you can see the minute adjustments it makes, and you won't get that clacking sound. There we go. So it's not trying to skip up to that gear, and the gears are all dialed in and all set. So there we go. Let's have a little chat, shall we? I'll catch up with you in a second. So that is it. The gravel bike drop bar conversion is done from the drop bars to the flat bars. The bike is now ready for its first road test. Gears are all dialed in, brakes are bled, which I done the other day. I didn't video it, so please look at, because it's quite an important thing to have brakes, please look up better videos than mine. Alright, to bleed your brakes. Depends what brakes you got as well. I've been using Shimano as you've seen. So, if you've enjoyed these videos, give them a little thumbs up. Remember, there's many more videos on doing this conversion. I think there's about 4 or 5 in total. Give the videos a little thumbs up, a little like. Leave a comment in the boxes down below, in the comments boxes down below. Give the old channel a sub. And we'll try and grow the channel. Try and grow it into more of a family channel. And we'll go from there. So I'm going to add some pictures of what the bike looks like now. Before and after. Pictures as you could say, I suppose. And I'm going to get out on this bike tomorrow, hopefully. So anyway, guys, remember, always wear a helmet. I'll catch you out on the road real soon. Adios amigos. Bye. Hello and welcome. How are we all doing? Hope you're all doing well. So, you've seen from the videos, my Voodoo gravel bike drop bar to straight bar conversion is done. This is the conclusion that I've come to since doing it. I really like it. It's really good. So, those of you that are not aware, Voodoo is a brand that's sold by Halfords here in this country, in the UK. I think they're sold under a different name or something over in the USA. Or somewhere else in the USA, I don't know. Anyway, let's shut up jabbering. So, I bought a Voodoo Limber for a cycle to work. Saved me using my mountain bike. I thought I'd treat myself to a nice shiny new gravel bike. I rode it a few times up and down the seafront here, down here in Thanet, and didn't enjoy the riding position. I'm of a certain age, I've got back problems. So having that bent over riding position wasn't doing wonders for my back. And obviously being a gravel bike, it has no suspension as such, and the tyres are quite solid. So I thought, you know what, I could fit straight bars to this. So I did. I fitted a nice pair of DMR wingback bars, DMR stem. Obviously converting it from drop bars to straight bars, I had to change the brakes as well, because it had tektro brakes. It also had the flappy paddle style gear levers, so I had to change the gear levers out as well. Whilst I had to swap over the cable ties, little simple things, and the grips as well. We all know what grips I like at the moment, don't you? Comment in the box below before I even get to that situation. So what I'm going to do today, we're going to talk about how I felt. I've ridden it. Oh, blimey. Probably done about 100 miles on it now. To and from work a few times. And it's a 3 mile cycle there, 3 mile cycle back. And I've done it a good few times now. And I love it. Absolutely love it. Brilliant riding position. Obviously it looks like a bit of a commuter bike. And there is a Voodoo out there which is the same kind of touring look, the Voodoo Marissa I think it's called. So it's got a straight bar, so I could have just got out and bought one of those instead. But what's the fun in that? I've built a bike that I like, that's got that retro mountain bike look to it. It definitely does have that retro 1980s early 90s mountain bike look. There's solid sort of forks, solid frame, no suspension, fairly skinny sort of tyres, and yeah, I really like the riding position. It's really good. The brakes are fitted Shimano's. I can't remember what ones. I've got a box up there, Shimano BLM4100s or BIM10410s they're called. Really good. Stop on a dime. Well, I wouldn't say stop on a dime, but they lock up the wheels, which I've needed a couple of times when idiots have pulled out in front of me. They've stopped me in time, because the old brakes, the Tektros I've had before, fucking awful. Putting it bluntly, fucking awful. The Tektro cable operated brakes as well, so cables have a little bit of stretch sometimes. You can't tell, and they probably would have locked up over time, would have bedded in a bit better, but still bloody awful. Gearing is spot on, happy with that. Riding position spot on, because the handlebars have got a 35mm raise, 40mm raise. Grips, as we know, I love those grips anyway. Not much else to say to it. Obviously since I bought the bike I've done those bits. I've fitted a rack, I've fitted panniers as well, and I've fitted some lights, some lesnine, whatever, I can't pronounce it, front and rear lights. The front light is really bright, which I've used down a country lane before near here, but I don't go to that country lane no more because people around here drive like idiots. They'll probably run me over and leave me in the bush. I don't really want that. I don't really like being run over, it hurts a lot. And I don't trust certain people around here in their cars or they drive, unfortunately. So I'm going to take you for a little wander around the bike in a second, show you all the upgrades I've done, show you what it looks like. I'm really happy with it. So if you've thought about, if you've got a gravel bike and you're not worried about changing bars out, do it. Just do it. If the drop bars aren't for you and you've got a gravel bike, swap them out. It's not too hard to do. It's a nice little project. It can be done in a day. I think I've done mine in a day, and I just recorded a series of videos to give you guys a little focus on what to do. Yeah, I sound awful as well. I'm feeling dying man flu, even though it's mid-May here. I'm dying. Yeah, I'll take you for a little wander around the bike, show you the upgrades I've done, and let you make your decision on it. Comment in the box below. Comment in the make a comment. Have I done the right choice? Have I done the wrong choice? Are you a gravel bike person? Are you not a gravel bike person? Do you think it looks like a retro MTB or retro mountain bike? Because I certainly do. I really like it. Really like it. It's a good little fun ride to work, and it picks up speed quite well as well. So it's got all the double gearing at the front and skinny little tyres compared to my other mountain bike. Anyway, compared to my Orco. Let's take you for a wander around the bike. I'll shut up jabbering now. See you in a second. So let's have a little wander around, share the things I've done to the bike. Obviously the wheels and the tyres are exactly the same. I've left the reflectors on as much light as possible. Change the cable grips, the cable ties, the brown cable ties, just to go with the theme of the tyre. Change the pedals. Crank Brothers stamp 1, size small, because I've got midget feet, size 8. Fitted my bottle rack, my Les 9, whatever you call it, bottle rack. My toe peak toolkit comes in handy, even though I've not had to use it yet. The DMR wingback bars, which are absolutely lovely. The DMR Defy stem and top cap. Shimano gearing system for both sets. OD grips, as we all know. I love my OD grips. They're wonderful grips. I love my Vans clothing, so to have OD Vans waffle grips as well is amazing. It's awesome stuff. My Les 9, whatever you call it, 1300 XL light, which will burn your retinas if it's on full blast in your face. My GoPro handlebar mount, which I bought a few years ago now, comes in handy. As you might have seen on the other videos, I've done a little cycle to and from work. So if you want to go back and watch those, I'll try and remember to add those to the description, so go and watch that. I have added a pannier system, some rear mud guard that I've had laying around, can't remember where that's from. Obviously the charge saddle, just to go with the brown theming again. Like I said, the racking, panniers, which are handy for carrying my uniform. Yes, it looks like Grandad's bike, but I don't care. It's my cycle to work bike. That's what it's all about. It's cycling to and from work. So this, I think they're 20 litres. I've got a couple of carrier bags in there. I've got some more tools in there, basic tools, pump, padlock, chain for the padlock. Carries my uniform, carries a coat as well when I need it. Handy little piece of kit to have, and I can grab some shopping on the way home if I have to. My rear light. the other pedal obviously. Shimano braking system. The all important green little cable tie at the end there. Important stuff. And yeah, I think that's about it really. Oh, I added a couple more spaces in the stem now. Yeah, so obviously I think it's worked out really well. It's worked out really well for me. It's worked out for what I need. Let's give it a little spin around so I'll show you the brakes. Obviously the Shimano, oh gosh, it's already fallen off the back there. Shimano brake levers. It's all gone extremely well. I've had no issues with it. Like I said, I've done about 100 miles on it so far. Quite happy with it, with no problems. I'd happily sog with this further if my little ticker could take it. But as I said, 3 miles to work, 3 miles from work at the moment. Takes me about 15 minutes each way. Quite happy with that. Then I have to have a shower at work because I'll get a bit sweaty otherwise. Yeah. So let's spin you back around to face me. So there we go. There is my conclusion on converting my perfectly good Voodoo Limber gravel bike to, well, a touring bike, a retro MTB I suppose you could say. Ta-da! Can't see it in full frame there, but from that angle. Let me get it in angle. Back in a second. Get it in view. Still can't see it. Oh well. That's a bit better. So, anyway, conclusion. Yeah, really happy with it. Also, the change of bars has been great for my back. Makes life a little easier going to and from work. Changing the brakes has helped it stop a bit better. Changing the gears hasn't probably really done anything, but it's a bit easier for my thumbs because I was a bit freaked out by that whole sort of and having that for brakes as well. It's like those old gear changing systems used to flap up and down the old brake levers and scared me a bit. Riding position is better. The seat's probably about as harsh as my bum as the other one was. I went and bought padded shorts. Don't shoot me, please. Pannier system, obviously, again, it's not for looks. It's for versatility, and it's extremely versatile. So I can carry all my uniform in it, which is obviously my t-shirt, under t-shirt, pair of trousers. Have my boots kept at work, and my jacket kept at work. Have my kit bag at work, but I have my basics here left at home. My stethoscope, iPad, blah blah blah. So I edit these videos on the iPad. Thank you, C-Camp. So yeah, obviously the grips. It's just all the usual stuff you have to change over, I suppose. But it looks wonderful in my eyes. It's a bit like rolling a turd in glitter. I bought a perfectly good bike that was a bit shit and rolled it in a bit of glitter. So I've now got a shiny glittery turd. That's my opinion. So like I said previously, if you're thinking about doing it, do it. It's not too hard to do. If you've got the stuff laying around, like I've got a bit of a hoarding of stuff, should be able to do it alright. Okay, happy days. If you haven't, it's not going to cost a fortune. Obviously it's cost me a couple £100, I think, but it's worth it. It definitely is worth it. Yeah, do it. So there is my conclusion. I've done a good job. If you're liking the videos, give us a little subscribe, comment in the box below, give us a little thumbs up. We appreciate it all. There's many more videos to come. What would you like to see next? On that note, goodbye. Thank you very much. Always wear a helmet.